This could be the real deal, boys. Let's do it.
Welcome. I'm your host, Big D. Sitting with my boy, Sammy C.
Yo, what up, everybody?
My man, J.A.
We back, baby.
And we are the Reggie and Jerome podcast. Fellas, it's been a hot minute. We have not cracked these microphones in a second. And we need to and had to get back to it. We got so much to cover, so we ain't going to bullshit with y'all. We're going to start it off like we always started off. We're going to take our shots, gentlemen. Go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds.
All right. First of all, we got to talk about us not being here. Sometimes life gets in the way. We are still extremely new at this. And although I think we're pretty good and other people think we're pretty good, sometimes shit happens. So what I wanted to do was just talk about a couple of things that I've heard the past couple weeks, whether it was someone who called me out in Wawa or some things I've heard online. So we don't really talk about the people that listen to the show that much other than thanking them, but we get a lot of engagement from certain people online. So I was able to get some of the emails that were sent to us the past couple of weeks. So we're going to read some of the emails that we've gotten about the show and where we've been the first couple of weeks. So I'm going to read the first one. Then we're going to go around and read the rest.
Oh.
The first one is from PKR. I think that's supposed to be Packer Park 2055. The end parts are blacked out so that we don't, send them messages back. But it says, "Hey guys, where are you? Is the pod over after a loss?" To answer that question, no, the pod is not over after a loss. Sammy, you're next up.
NFC Giant 98 champ. Typical Philly fans. Get beat, go silent like punks. The Giants ended these bitches. Wow.
Good shot, NFC Giant 98 champ.
Buddy. Good job.
Good shot. Joey?
I hope you feel great about yourself, bro.
This is from Vet Stadium Jail Ghost. By far the best Birds-related podcast out right now. Appreciate it. I expected to hear what you guys had to say on Thursday. What's up with the silence?
No, we got that shit. It's coming.
It's coming, my
Just
man.
wait, bro.
Listen,
I got shit lined up.
Life's been lifing for a lot of us lately.
Yeah.
But we back.
Yeah,
and we
back.
on that ass.
And we ain't going nowhere, that's for sure. The next one is from Mark Mosley Face Mask. Definitely he was a Redskins fan because Mark Mosley was one of the last guys that had the one bar face mask back in the day. So it says, "Well, looks like those losses put an end to the podcast. Thank you, Broncos. Good run for those bum ass Birds. Go Commanders." Good shot fired at us, Mr. Mark Mosley Face Mask. Sammy?
Shirley Fly Eagles Fly 68. Okay, I like the name. Hey guys, I know it's been a rough week in Philly, but put on your big boy or girl. I'm not judging pants on. What's up, guys?
Man, is that Eagle Shirley?
It might be Eagles Shirley. I don't
on
know.
the radio?
I don't know. It might be. But, yeah. Joey, you got the last one.
Yeah, this one's from Keon Carter, 1990. Ha! When is the Losers Can't Take It podcast starting? Starting to smell like 2023 around here.
So
I appreciate this. They got their shots off.
I appreciate it. We addressed it all already. Even the guys or gals that threw shots, guess what? You listened.
Thank you, tuned in.
Thank you. You know what I mean? So
shout out to y'all, I guess.
Keep them motherfuckers coming, bro. That shit got my blood boiling. I like that.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, but you know what? We asked for feedback. We got feedback.
Yeah.
So, on that front, Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you. So,
And fuck the Giants, fuck the Commanders, and fuck Dallas, okay? There you go.
Absolutely.
Fuck the rest of the NFC. What the fuck we talking about?
Ain't nothing changed around here. That's for sure. So we took our medicine, and now we're going to move on. We have to talk about the past 2 weeks since we haven't been here. Obviously the Birds lost twice. I think the first loss, they lost. Second game, they just got beat.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. But they got beat. The Giants beat them. They let the Broncos win. And, I think that for the most part, the defense was carrying the team. And at some point, we even mentioned it.
It's going to get to you.
It's going to get to you. And it got to them. We kind of saw this coming. We just didn't know when it was coming, but we kind of saw it coming. And it happened. So, fellas, I wanted to talk to you about those two games. We're going to talk all over the place about both of them. We can start wherever you want to start at. I'll start with what I thought or what I saw and what I see moving forward. What went wrong in those two games was what I just mentioned. The offense had continued to play stagnant, and the defense couldn't carry them anymore. I wanted to know if you guys had any other thoughts or thought the same thing.
I mean, I agree. The Broncos game was kind of big for us just because we're ahead going all the way into halftime, and then same shit happens, Offense turns around and is nowhere to be found. And then the Giants, hey, listen, I give the Giants what they get, they beat us. Hands down, they beat us. I'm not one of them sorry-ass losing Eagles fans, Listen, when a team comes out stronger than our team, hey, you got to give them credit. QB, he did his thing, Jackson Dart, and fucking Scatterboo did Scat Pack. That's what they call him. But
oh, really?
Yeah,
okay.
Listen, he did his, and what else you gonna do about it? A loss is a loss, and now you got to turn around and improve yourself and get ready for this week and the oncoming weeks. But we'll see the Giants again, and they'll come to our place. The Broncos, on the other hand, they're a good team, but we hurt ourselves a lot with that game. Stupid ass penalties. And I mean, I'm going to say it because I'm an Eagles fan, but that sure as hell was a fucking flag at the end zone with Dallas Goedert getting held. He couldn't even get his arm back around. But,
yeah.
Hey, listen.
One flag doesn't.
Yeah, one flag doesn't
have come down to
that. No, listen, it doesn't come down to that because we had that lead the whole game pretty much. So we shot ourselves in the foot.
Up until 6 or 7 minutes into the third quarter, Denver had done nothing.
Nope.
And the Eagles dominated that game. And just like we have taketh away to get a win, they tooketh away to get a win from us. But yeah, I agree with everything you say. Joey?
The Broncos game, straight up, unacceptable. There's zero. There's no other way to put it than unacceptable. Up 17-3 after 3 quarters, in the driver's seat, and yet again, offense just disappears. I don't know what the hell's going on. This week is going to show us what's going on. We play another good defense. But to go and not even score a point in the fourth quarter that essentially could have won you the game and take some momentum away from Denver, and we just couldn't get the ball going. Again, predictable.
We're going to talk about that.
And same thing in the Giants, against the Giants. Predictable. They knew what we were running before we even snapped the fucking football. And it's got to change. I seriously thought after that Giants game, somebody was going to get fired.
Didn't happen.
We didn't get lucky.
Yeah.
But they gotta turn the ship around, and they have every player and all this talent to do so. We'll see what happens.
So you mentioned something that I mentioned in the very first week after the Dallas game was I said that they and maybe I gave them too much credit. I said that the offense looked vanilla. Oh, maybe they're saving something next week for Kansas City. I remember saying that. And guess what? They wasn't. That vanilla shit we saw in week 1 is the same thing they've been doing for the past 6 weeks.
Just lining up in the same route concept and running the same play. There's no extra motion. There's no let's run call an audible and run this slant here, run this, nothing. And we see it watching TV, and if we see it watching TV, what do we think the defensive coordinator of the opposite team is seeing up in the booth?
Oh, they got film.
Too.
They've been watching it all week.
That too.
You know? I will ask you a little bit along those lines. Predictability. Like Joey said, we can see it. Defensive coordinators can see it. So how do you think, or I mean, let me phrase it like this. Who do you think is responsible for changing the predictability?
Nick Sirianni. I don't think Kevin Patullo is not it. I'm going to tell you that right now. First of all, you already know what I have to say about offensive coordinators, especially if they've been on the team and you're just giving them an opportunity to be an offensive coordinator.
Okay.
Go out and get an offensive coordinator. You see what happens when we went out and got Kalen Moore, right? Started off slow, but then we turned around and just fucking shit on teams left and right. This whole thing and my biggest thing that I have to say is against the Giants, right? I don't know. I know Saquon's back there, but I don't know where the fuck he's been. And I don't know if that's because of the dumbass play calling the same running plays over and over and over again, or was Mekhi Becton a real big spot for us at right guard? Yes, we didn't have Landon Dickerson because he got hurt.
Right.
But still, nothing else changed. The center, the left tackle, the right tackle, those didn't change. Right? So you sit here and watch these run plays. It's like, why are these holes
non-existent?
Yes, exactly. You can't, obviously a defensive coordinator, you stop that run, they're going to make you throw the ball. So then you're turning around and looking for your pass game, but you're still running the same damn routes. You're not getting people open or trying to get people open. It's just not working. So the defensive coordinator is like, oh, well, shit, we got the run stop. Shit, we won the game. All we got to do is stop the pass and we're good.
Right.
If that run's not opening up, nothing's, going, you're not going to win any football games like that. So,
I mean,
I think they just need to, I don't know who's calling, which I think it is Kevin Patullo, but at the same time, you got to.
But the question was, who's responsible for
the
changing the vanilla-ness of it? And you said Sirianni, right?
I would have to say Sirianni, yeah.
I actually agree with you on that. I think at some point, the offensive coordinator may get over his skis a little bit, and I don't care how good you are. You're still new at the job. You could have been around football for 20 years. It's different when you got the play sheet and the eyes are on you.
Yeah. And
that dude going to sleep at night thinking about this shit.
Yeah.
The
game's on you.
On you.
Offense is on you.
Yeah.
When they pan to the sideline, you're holding the play sheet. Every time we call height, that's because you called it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just you Nick Sirianni needs to either step in or switch something.
I used to tell when I first shout out to my homie Nell, but when we first started watching football games together, I tried to explain to him how little the head coach does during a game. I don't think people realize how some of them do.
Yeah.
But for the most part, go for it on fourth down, kick a field goal, punt it here. It's pretty much what they do during a game.
Throw your challenge flag.
Yeah. That 60 play. Have you ever seen Sirianni walk around with a play sheet?
Nope.
No. All he does is hear what's going on. So you're right. It's the guy in the back that's calling the plays, but to get rid of the vanilla-ness, it's on Sirianni. So I don't know. I don't know how they overcome that mid-season. Can they? Yeah, they can. I don't know if Sirianni is that guy to do that, though. Like, mentality-wise, I don't know if he's that guy to do that.
Here's my question. Well, you got something to say, Joey, about that?
I mean, I was just going to piggyback off your Saquon point. Was last year we did a lot of running in between the tackles and running outside, and we don't do nearly as much as that this year. Everything's inside zone. To me, Saquon's at his best when he can run in between the tackles and bounce a run outside. He's quick. He's tough to get to. You leave him one-on-one with a DB, Saquon's 9 out of 10 times winning that battle.
Absolutely.
So, you gotta recognize what your offensive talent is and what their strengths are, and just build off of that. Once you get a good rhythm going for 4 quarters, to me, it's probably going to take a lot of pressure off Patullo. And then Nick Sirianni, he's the one that's got to, offer some help and get a change going. I mean, Sirianni was a wide receiver. He should be able to see these route trees and realize something's wrong. You could put probably 2-3 games together for one wide receiver and see them run the same exact route, probably route for route throughout the game. That's how predictable it is.
Yeah.
So I got a question, because it's when does this offensive coordinator position open? If they keep playing the way that they play, you think he makes it to the end of the year?
Absolutely not.
No. 5 weeks around the corner.
And the reason why is because of what happened 2 years ago.
Okay. So
that's the reason why.
And that's what I was thinking.
Especially since I've seen, and I don't know how.
If you're going to say it, we're probably on the same page.
And I don't know what the truth is to this. I saw it on Facebook and, the internet. They just put anything out there. But
this is true.
Sirianni had said a player came up to him and said this feels like 2023 all over again. And if that's the case, that is extremely alarming.
Yeah. And I seen the report that the reason I'm asking that is because they asked fucking Doug Peterson if he'd come back and be an offensive coordinator for Philadelphia. He said, absolutely, I would. If the position was open and I'm granted that, position, absolutely, I'd come back. Would I take him? I would say right now, yes, because this guy has no idea what the fuck he's doing. Maybe to switch something up, but also, I don't know. That's a lot of fucking more stress on Jalen, because you're taking an offensive coordinator out and putting a different one in.
Well, the book doesn't change. How things get called will change.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't think. I mean, if anybody can deal with it, and I'm going to talk about Jalen a little bit, but if anybody can handle it, it's him. The thing is it looks like there's a lot of confusion it looks like there's confusion on downs where there shouldn't be confusion, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, Smitty said that they weren't on the same page, if Jalen was throwing out a sign and they weren't looking back to see what he was throwing out, whether he was changing a route or changing a play entirely. That shit can't happen.
Well, you're right. It can't happen. And that leads me to another thing that I wanted to talk about. And this may fall on Nick. Well, you know what? Nah, fuck it. It does fall on Nick, actually. Don't they look sloppy to you?
Yes.
Right? They look very sloppy.
All those Victory Mondays out the fucking window.
They look so sloppy when they're engaged in game activities. I'm talking about little things like letting the ball roll into the end zone on kickoffs, late hits, just a bunch of things I see them do that they didn't do last year. And last year's over, I get it. But good teams don't let that happen. You never saw, even when they weren't winning Super Bowls, you never saw the Patriots have like 15-yard penalties when they didn't, when they hit a fucking guy late or fair catch a ball inside the 5. Eagles just been doing some dumb shit lately. And that comes from the top. So I don't know if there's two kinds of coaches. There's a coach that claims to be a player's coach and another coach that doesn't give a fuck about being a player's coach that wants to win. I haven't figured out what he is yet. Because he's won. We can't take away the fact that he's won. But sometimes I look at him on the sideline and he looks like he's, getting a guy's ass, pause. But other times he looks like this. Like he don't know what happened. Well, it's your watch. It's on you. So my question is, you talked about Doug Peterson, which is why I don't know if Sirianni has the gravity of a coach to be able to take the other Super Bowl winning coach in franchise history under him to call plays.
Yeah.
Do you think he can do that? Just from what you see. I don't know. But just from what you see, do you think he can do that?
I would say.
I would hope so, but I don't know.
And that's what I was going to say. I hope he can. I mean, but at the same time, no. Because I feel like Nick Sirianni's like, yeah, that's my team, right? That's my team. Like, you're not going to step in here just because you won a Super Bowl, you did this, you did
You're
that.
going to be like this the whole time.
Yeah. Like looking over his shoulder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say no. But do the Eagles need it? Yeah.
They do. Joey?
It's all a mindset, right? And if he cares about winning like he claims he does, then yeah, you put that to the side and you get a guy in here. And, to say he'd be the offensive coordinator would be determined if Patullo gets fired. But offensive administrator, I would love to see it. The way that, this week's going to tell a lot. If we go out there with the same offense, I don't care how he feels or something. If you want to win, you want to contend, you want to go back to back, you got to bring somebody in. Because if you can't get past this week with a different looking offense and an offense that we know, that means that bullshit meeting that you guys had, y'all didn't figure shit out.
That bullshit meeting, though, I don't know if it's true or it's not true because I see A.J. Brown saying they asked him, what meeting?
Well, no, that different. So
you're talking about.
They said the coaches got together to figure out the offense.
See, and that's
it was a good meeting, et cetera, et cetera. If that's what happened, then I expect this offense to be firing the way we know this offense can be firing.
On all cylinders. And that's the thing. Like, you turn around. Why? I feel like every year we're the fucking team that always has something new. It's either a new offensive coordinator or new defensive coordinator. We kept our defensive coordinator from last year.
Happens when you win, but go ahead.
It does, right? But what the fuck? How about the Chiefs? Look at the Chiefs. They keep Andy Reid and the fuck is their defensive coordinator?
Spags.
Yeah.
But that goes to just like how Vic Fangio.
Spags is a lot like Vic Fangio.
they don't have that desire to go out and be a head coach.
And Spags was a head coach.
Yeah.
He was a head coach.
They're comfortable where they're at, and that's what happens with coaches. Like even Kellen Moore was contemplating not leaving, right?
He should have never left.
But you don't,
I would love to see how much more he's making, because I don't know if
I'm sure they had to, because once he started contemplating, I feel like they had to at least up the ante.
Who, the Birds or the Saints?
The Saints.
Oh, okay.
Because you're going into a position where you might be trading away your two best offensive players come this trade deadline. I'm already seeing it. Kamara being talked about, Chris Olave being talked about.
Yeah.
To go into a situation where you're destined to lose, that's got to come with a price tag.
Yeah. And we were talking about it in our text or some shit about fucking the trade rumors with AJ Brown. That shit just needs to stop, bro.
They're not.
That shit happened last year, and he had his fucking pouting about last year.
The only way AJ Brown gets traded is if the team he's getting traded for takes his cap hit.
And that's not happening.
Yeah.
Who's taking a $60 million cap hit?
Nobody.
Yeah, nobody's taking that. So,
and the only other way I see that happening is if the relationship gets to beyond fixable, and it doesn't look that way. I mean, him and I think it was either Reed Blankenship or Cooper DeJean were messing around like it was WWE at practice the other day.
Yeah, and you had other reporters. Oh yeah, there's a big fight on the field. I seen that. I was like, bro,
there's no way. There's no way a guy, if he was unhappy, he'd be like that at practice.
Yeah, I think like all wide receivers, hey man, give me the ball. And I watched some film, and this is actually a great segue. I watched some film this past week. We started the podcasts, at the beginning of the season, giving Jalen a lot of grace. I'm not going to give him any grace right now. He hasn't been playing well.
No.
And some of the issues that the wideouts have is well warranted. It does look like he's slipping back into some bad habits that he had a couple of years ago. It's so weird, but it does.
Absolutely, because I watch film too about Jalen against the Giants. First of all, should have never been an interception.
You know who was open on that play, right?
AJ
Brown.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, wide open. He just looked to the closer guy to him.
Then again, and it. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
And I hate saying this. Shouldn't have been in a predicament because the flag should have never been picked up. You should have been.
Oh, okay.
You should have been inside the 5 with the illegal contact penalty.
Agreed. And it was funny that although I didn't like that it happened at that moment, I was almost like, oh wow, he threw an interception. Like he took a chance. Like, because he don't do that.
No.
He don't never take the chance. It just so happens at the time he took a chance, he shouldn't have took the chance because he had a wide receiver wide open across the middle.
I forget the number. I think that was like his first interception in plus 300 attempts.
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
I mean, he played terrible with trying to find guys open, but altogether, I really didn't think he played that bad.
And he missed another bomb to Devontae Smith, right?
He threw the ball 33 times. He only missed 9.
But
right,
for 283, almost 300.
Right.
But that's the thing. You pass that high, only, missed 9 guys or whatever, 9 throws.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to game situation and you need to find the guy that's open, for example, that interception.
Yes.
Right? I know damn well he probably rewatched that film over and over and over again. He's like, damn, I really did miss him. That's the type of Jalen that we need, though, is find the guys that are open. Because the wide receivers, they're going to try to do everything they possibly can to get open for you. But, hey, you took a shot. But either way, we got fucking mollywopped in that game because we didn't.
It didn't really matter.
It didn't matter because that interception didn't matter because we just looked like shit that game.
Yeah.
Our offensive line looked like shit. We gave up 3 sacks, right? I don't know who the fuck was playing corners, but they were getting fucking torched left and right.
Pick a guy.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because Quinyon Mitchell went out because he had his hamstring. So you had fucking Ringo and Adoree Jackson. I mean, if the Eagles really think that they're going to keep going and moving forward with these corners, they're not going to. It's not going to happen.
No, but I believe we did get word that Quinyon is ready to play.
Yeah, he is. He was full participation today at practice. So,
which is good to see. You just gotta hope that he's not forcing himself through that injury. So we'll see what happens because we go up against the Vikings with Adoree Jackson and Keely Ringo, and you got to face Justin Jefferson and is Jordan Addison back now?
Yeah, he's been back and he's been tearing that shit up. So,
man, it would have been really dark for our defense.
Bro, they would have made Carson Wentz look like a fucking superhero.
This is Carson Wentz's Super Bowl, guys.
If we don't get pressure, and it's going to be hard to do because we haven't addressed the fact that our man, Shadarius Smith, Mr. I got plenty left in the gas tank, decided to just up and retire this week.
I told y'all on the very first podcast, bro.
You did.
When you go into camp and you ain't been playing, it is the ultimate deodorant. You get out there for a couple weeks, you like, yo, not getting hit for the past 5 months was really cool. I don't want to do this shit no more. And that's exactly what he said. I don't want to do this no more.
I mean, he looked gassed in a Giants game halfway through his rush, and I'm like, oh my God, what is going on here?
Yeah, because he wasn't situational at that point. He was playing a lot more than he probably thought he was going to play. He was like, yeah, this is not it.
That's where you need to turn around.
We got to create some pass rush.
Exactly. And that's when you need to move Campbell at this point and have him come off the edge, I think.
While I agree because he's versatile.
Got at least try it.
You have to try. You need somebody.
I'm not fighting that. He's a damn good fucking linebacker, man.
He's better than the Kobe Dean.
He is.
And he's a rookie, man. I would love for him to keep building on that and keep having a great season at linebacker. But you're right. You have to use your defensive weapons in every way you can to create some kind of pass rush.
Yeah, but they are desperate at this point.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you get around it.
You need to go make moves. That's what you need to do.
And even like the talks about Trey Hendrickson from
I don't want him.
Cincinnati.
You don't want him?
Nah. You're going to have to pay him next year.
Well, not only that.
I mean, unless you're just taking him just for a Super Bowl run. And
well, not even that. Like, it's one of those names where you hear it and you're like, oh, yeah, great player. When you really get down and deep and dig into his stats the last few years, it's been a regression the last 2-3 years in production. And that could go with, being disgruntled with the organization. I'll go out there and whatever happens. Or he's regressing.
There's one guy I like. Now, y'all might think I'm crazy because he did come off an injury last year. But Bradley Chubb has been destroying shit for Miami. He already has 4.5 sacks already through 6 weeks.
And they're another team that is.
And they're just falling apart.
Glad you brought that up.
Okay.
I would raid the Dolphins.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Yes.
I would raid them.
They are 1 week away from their head coach being fired at this point.
I'm surprised he's not fired already.
And he could pack all his J's and head home.
Listen, that's another guy I would love to have in Philadelphia. He's on the McVay coaching tree. He's very creative. At this point, I think people who play in Miami are there for Miami, not for football.
Yeah.
You know, Tua was saying that players not showing up to players only meetings. Like,
Yeah, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But that goes back to
head
coaching.
Sure, absolutely.
That goes back to, am I more worried about wearing my off-whites and I'm being a player's coach? Or am I really sticking it to these guys when, shit's not going right? I think if he gets fired, I don't think he sniffs another head coaching job. I think
he's an offensive coordinator.
I think his lot in life at that point will be an offensive coordinator.
And I would gladly take him.
I think that's would be his lot in life. He'd have to win like 3 Super Bowls for somebody for them to even think about it. But at this point, he's rubbed so many people in the league the wrong way with some of the other stuff. I just don't think owner or GM would
hitting the jewel on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Mike McDaniels, but I also wouldn't mind because I've seen him play call, and even in Miami, his play calling's pretty good. They just don't want to play for him anymore.
That's pretty evident.
Yeah, they just don't want to play for him anymore. The next thing I wanted to talk about, and it's already kind of been mentioned. And I don't know if it was NFC Giant who mentioned it, but someone already mentioned it. The 2023 vibes. Now we all went through that, and it was brutal. Watching those games after they had 10 wins. To this day,
you went into every week like, nah, this is.
Yeah, we're going to turn around.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah. And then
it didn't turn around.
Sammy, I'll start it with you. Do you think this gives you 2023 vibes? I have an opinion, but I want to know yours.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. For me, I think it all stems back to that offensive coordinator spot.
Yeah.
2023. Who do we have as offensive coordinator?
Brian Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Another guy that we hired from within.
Exactly. That's my point. You keep hiring from in, and it's just not paying off for us. You go out last year, and you get Kalen Moore. It's just a different vibe. These guys have been playing. I mean, Kevin Patullo's been there, right?
Well, and Kellen Moore was established offensive coordinator at that point.
Exactly. But that's why I'm getting 2023 vibes.
Yeah.
We're heading games, and then our offense just looks like shit. But it's the same damn plays over and over and over again. You need to start getting that run game in. You need to start bouncing to the outside. I mean, there's not much more you can do as an offensive coordinator except have your offense progress better than what they did in the past 5 weeks. And this week, I mean, shit, hopefully. Do I think it's going to happen? I don't know. Only time's going to tell, but I think right now, I'm feeling 2023 vibes.
Joey?
Not yet. While you made some great points, and I do agree with the coaching situation, what happened last year after we lost 2 games and we didn't look good? We put on a hell of a run and made it to a Super Bowl and whooped ass en route to that Super Bowl win. We get to the bye week and we look the same. I agree with you 100%. But as it sits right now, not yet. There's too much talent, and I think they're aware of the situation and how important it is to get the offense rolling to where they can still steer this ship in the right direction. It's going to come down to Kevin Patullo, honestly. You know, you said it's the same plays, and that 2023 season, QB draw, QB draw,
that shit was brutal, bro. I'm still scarred from that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that bad.
No, it's not that bad, but
it has very much has the potential to be that bad.
And like you said, I mean, the bye, you got 2 weeks. You got this week and next week. That's it. So
And
we're gonna
find out. Yeah.
Well, this was a mini bye, kind of, sort of. So,
Right. It was a chance to right the wrongs.
yeah, it
And
most certainly
show
was.
it.
Yeah.
Right now, Kevin Patullo, I think he's got an audition for the next 2 weeks.
I agree. I thought about this probably since yesterday as I was typing this. Does this give 2023 vibes? I'm close to saying yes. I don't think we're all the way there yet, but I'm close. And the reason why I'm not all the way there yet is because what I saw, or what else I've been watching. So the Eagles have the best semblance of talent of anybody. Look around the league, man.
Yeah.
Look around.
Best wide receiver duo, hands down.
I'll even go one further than that. This is probably the most mediocre group of football teams I have seen in the league.
Yeah, as a complete, absolutely.
In a long, long time. The media wants so bad to anoint someone, and every time they do,
it falls apart.
Like,
straight up, anybody right now.
Including the Birds. Anoint the Birds, they'll figure it out. Oh, the Packers look like they'll figure it out. Oh, look at the Bills. Every team that they anoint to be the next great team, and guess what? I don't think there is one. I don't think there's a great team in the league right now.
No, there's no clear-cut favorite. Right now, whoever has a 500 or 500 or better record, honestly, has got a shot at the chip.
There's 10 teams right now that can win the Super Bowl. Maybe more. Which makes it even more apparent and more imperative that they fix this. They can do this again. They can go back to back.
Yeah.
Nobody scares me in this league.
If they get it right, you would be on easy street just because your offensive roster is constructed so well.
If they get it right, granted, the only team in the NFC that we really haven't seen is the Commanders. But if they get it right, they walk to the NFC Championship game, bro. I'm telling you. I've seen nothing from anybody outside of one team offensively, and that's the Cowboys. The Cowboys' offense is fucking rolling, but they can't stop anybody. So
they can't cover a bed with a.
They'd have to beat you 45-42, but their offense rolls. But you can't win a championship like that.
No.
Outside of that, the Niners, no. They beat the Rams already, but that might be different in the playoffs.
And injury.
Bitch, the Niners coming out on wheelchairs now. Wheelchairs and fucking crutches.
Like, look at the Commanders.
But they keep finding a way to win.
They do.
Luck will only take you so far.
Just like we said, at some point that shit runs out. It'll run out for them too.
Yeah.
Look at the Commanders. Terry McLaurin hasn't played since what? Week 1?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The Lions, they're going out in body bags.
Yeah, I didn't mention them. Yeah.
Another high-powered offense, but their defense is light.
They kind of give me NFC Championship vibes too. But player for player, talent on talent, there's no team in the league, definitely not in the NFC, on par with the Birds. That's why they got to fix this shit, man.
Yeah.
They have to fix it. Again, if we had the answers, they'd hire us, but we can just go by what we see, and it's clear the defense at this point has given up because they're like, God damn, man, we've been keeping you guys in games, and attrition starts to happen. Guys start getting hurt. Shit. I don't know. I'm sure we can find out. I don't know how many miles Quinyon has run since the first game of the season. But at some point, that shit was going to be like, God damn, bruh. You know?
He's a runner. He's a track star.
You know? And they don't even throw to him. They just do that shit to get him out of the play. This is not like they're really going at him.
They don't want the ball near him because they know if the ball's in his vicinity, he's got a chance to make it.
And that's exactly what I would do. I would rotate 3 wide receivers. Okay, I want you guys to run go routes for an entire quarter. He ain't coming off the field. So, you know, don't worry. We'll throw it to the other guy, whoever's on that other side, because
they got a better chance.
Yeah.
Even if they covered, they got a better chance.
He couldn't. The other guy on the other side couldn't cover a Hot Wheels car with a fucking 7-foot blanket, you know? But yeah. So, but back to our initial question. Go ahead, Sam.
Nah, whenever you're done, I need to see that paperback of them emails. I got some for a Giants fan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no worries. But yeah, to answer the question about the 2023 vibes, I'm almost there, but not quite. I'm getting there.
And I'm right with you.
Yeah, I'm almost there. But again, gotta fix it, guys. You
ready to roll or you want?
Oh yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Go ahead.
Idiot.
Go ahead. Oh, he's an idiot now. Okay. Who is it? Which one is it?
The NFC Giant 98 champ.
That said with love.
Typical Phillies fan. Get beat. Go silent like punks. The Giants ended these bitches.
Now I don't know if they meant they ended us.
I don't
or
know.
ended the dynasty of the Eagles. I don't know.
But all I have to ask the Giants fan is, how's Danny Dimes doing, bro? Because he's looking pretty fucking good in Indianapolis. Yeah. Just saying. I know you got Jackson Dart, bro.
Yeah, I don't know if they care right now.
He got a better record than y'all.
Yeah.
And let's not get too high on your high horse. You guys lost to the Saints, who are arguably the worst team in the NFL.
Yeah.
This is true.
You lost to the Saints. Mark Mosley over here with the Commanders. They lost to the Bears. I don't see a Dallas fan on here because they know better.
Y'all lost to the Panthers.
Yeah, y'all lost to the Panthers.
Yeah. Oh, I could get some Dallas fans maybe next week.
But with that being said,
maybe that'll be a recurring segment.
But we will see you guys.
In 2 weeks. Take this home. Take it to your family.
Listen, all jokes aside, though, the emails, keep sending them. Keep sending them. We may have to start this shit every week.
We can do it every week.
We can start doing this every week.
I got a couple hundred to go through, so yeah.
An email segment? Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be dope. Cool. I like that.
Okay. We'll write that in. We'll replace the tweet of the week with this.
Yeah. Kill my blood flow. Nah, I like it, though. I like it. Because that's what the NFC East does. All of our fans, we all talk shit.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, even in the NFC, everybody talks shit on each other.
Absolutely.
And listen, it's going to happen.
Especially when you're the champs.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It wasn't like the Birds, just like skimmed by and lucked up and won a Super Bowl last year. They beat the shit out of teams. So when you do that, that's the kind of energy that's going to come back.
You find me another team that's going to put up 90 points in the last 2 weeks of the NFL season.
Yeah, so of course we're going to get that kind of energy. And you know what? I like that energy. Keep that energy coming. You know? Yeah. Every week, keep that energy coming. So yeah.
But Shirley, look, I put my big boy pants on.
Shirley, I'll be honest with you. They're nice pants. They're really nice. We all got them on. And again, we ain't going nowhere.
Go Birds, dickhead.
Yeah.
All right, what are we talking about? Here we go.
We're actually going to break now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're going to break now.
No, I want to.
Okay, hold on. We're not going to break now. Hold on. Shirley, listen.
Listen. I appreciate another Eagles fan calling us out because that's exactly what we do to our teams as Philly, 4 for 4 guys. Like, if something needs to be said and we don't want you to shy away from the microphone, you call them out. So, shout out to you for making sure we put our big boy pants on.
Hey, look, I already told you. As I was reading this shit, and I even said in the text, we kind of look like bitches right now. We ain't talking. We had all this energy for the first 4 wins. Now we ain't got no energy. So we want you guys to know, as you hear us, we still got that same energy.
Yeah, and I mean, you already said it, Joey, but Vet Stadium, the guy that said by far the best birds-related podcast out right now, we really appreciate it, man. Like Derek always says, we're doing this for us, but at the same time, we do it for y'all too. And we appreciate all the feedback. Keep it coming, and we ain't gonna fall off the horse no more. We'll be back.
Yeah, we right there. Before we go to break, we're gonna do the stat of the weeks? Question mark?
Yeah, because I already got my tweets or whatever.
Yeah,
you
got that. You got that already.
Email.
Well, recently I've come up with some, off the wall stats, and
you go figure.
Nah.
These are going to be a little bit more toned down, and I want to spread some positivity. The last few stats of the week weren't necessarily so positive.
Okay.
A huge shout out to 88, the guy that I've been calling on to have himself some games here, and he's been producing against the Giants, 9 for 11, 110, and a tutty.
Wow.
This is the Dallas guy that we were hoping for. And if he is going to stay that much of part of the offense and we get these other guys rolling, unstoppable. I mean, yeah, we got fucking dog walked by the Giants, but there were still some, there were still some glimpses of hope. He had 110, AJ had 80. It's there, but it's got to be there for 4 quarters.
Yeah, and
that's a good stat.
That's a great stat.
It's a great stat, and that boy is on fire. He had a touchdown against the Giants. He had 1 against the Broncos. He had 2 against the Buccaneers.
And
so
to go into my stat for the Broncos game.
Hold on, before you go into the stat for the Bronco game.
Sorry.
We have to do a little bit of a public service announcement. Since you brought him up. Sammy and I would like to apologize to Dallas Goedert because we tried to trade him for 5 weeks with Kyle Pitts. So
we
keep it real on the pod.
Yeah, we keep it real.
We keep it real on the pod. We tried to trade you, Dallas, for at least 5 weeks. Joey was not really on board with it, but me and Sammy. I mean, outside of
a healthy Dallas Goedert is a top 5 tight end in this NFL.
Outside of renting a Durango and driving you to Atlanta, we did everything else to try to get you to Atlanta for Kyle Pitts. So, 88, my bad.
Yeah, my bad, man. Keep doing your thing.
Keep doing your thing, my guy. Go ahead, Joey.
And I just want to shout out number 6, Smitty, man. It seems like even though we lost, right? He has a knack for going against the Broncos and PS2.
He does.
The man, he puts on a clinic. 8 receptions on 10 targets for $114. No touchdowns, but had a bomb of a play. That guy, and we said it on a previous podcast, one hell of a wide receiver, and the effort he puts into it, and he's not really in the media outspoken as much as AJ is. And you can see some frustrations in this past week, and I get it. We lost to the fucking Giants.
Yeah.
Every reason to be frustrated. But the guy goes out there and he balls the fuck out.
Yeah. Smitty is quietly, and maybe not even quietly, moving up my list of some of my favorite birds of all time.
Absolutely.
He is just consistent. He always shows up. He's really fucking good.
He shows that fucking initiative, like that fucking want to get the ball, throw the fucking ball to me, let me make this play, let me, it's the crazy fucking plays in the games that he just comes up so fucking clutch, man.
And he almost came down with a game-winning catch, but AJ was playing a little bit of DB.
Yeah, it was.
I don't, and I doubt that was on purpose, but he had his hands all up in his mitt.
AJ was trying to lift his younger brother up and catch the ball, but
but you know what though?
But still,
when you look at him, and I've been trying to figure this shit out. When you look at a wide receiver, right, and you look at one that says, "Oh, he's going to get this 50-50 ball," you don't necessarily think of Devontae Smith when you think of that.
Nah.
But
he does it just as best as anybody else in the league.
Yep.
That's what I was getting ready to say. Like, if there's a 50-50 ball, I like my chances with that guy over pretty much other than maybe Chase is good at it too.
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, outside of Chase.
He showed that shit last night.
Yeah. Chasing him, 50-50 balls,
I mean, you also can't count out Justin Jefferson too, because he's a dog too. I mean, but
all three kind of different kind of receivers.
Yeah, they're all.
It's all different receivers. Like AJ's just going to use his size.
Yeah.
He's not going up to get it.
Nah,
but right, he's going to just use his size to box you out.
Yeah, no, I agree. I agree with that. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, shout out to Smitty. That's a great stat of the week too. By the way, I like that. Show Smitty some love because he tends to be.
He got to deal with AJ's bullshit,
Even just on the team, like when you think about,
he's often in the shadows because AJ Brown is a superstar name. Yeah. To me, Devontae Smith's a superstar name, but not everybody, especially in the media, views it that way.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, they're not going to when you got one of the top wide receivers.
Well, right. AJ Brown. They know what bear to poke. Yeah.
Exactly. Smitty does his thing, man. He stays quiet. He shows it on the field. And
he balls out.
He balls out, and that's really all I can ask.
Like
for.
if I was to put two names to AJ Brown and Devontae Smith, it'd be Batman and Robin. AJ's Batman. He's out there. He's the one you're going to speak to, and then you got Robin doing all the behind the scenes work.
Yeah, absolutely. Robin does the recon. You know what I mean? He does everything Batman kind of doesn't really want to do.
Moves in silence and gets the job done.
Yeah, absolutely. Great point. Good job, guys. Feel good to be back on the microphones. We are going to take a short break and we'll be back.
What's up, fellas? Appreciate you letting a Giants fan sneak on the pod for a quick second here. Big thanks to showing love to my brand, by the way, Shore Golf Company. We're all about bringing the beach vibes to the golf course, laid back gear for those who like to sit back, relax, and swing. Proud to keep it local, repping the shore and supporting each other. Even if we don't agree on football, we can all agree on clean golf fits. Appreciate the exposure, boys. Would love to join you sometime for some NFL analysis, whether we're talking NFC East or the NFL as a whole. Keep killing it, gentlemen. Later.
And we're back. Well, guys, we recapped the last couple of weeks, what the Birds have been doing or what they haven't been doing. It's been so crazy and so wild that we had to break up what we normally do. This is going to be a double shot podcast. So we're going to take another shot before we get to the second half of our podcast. So, gentlemen, we got more and more in us. Please, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Oh, that mercy. Shit, this is going to be the Flyers podcast in a couple minutes. Damn. That's all right, though.
They've been skating well.
They have been. They go around in circles. They shoot a ball. No, ball in the net. Listen to me. That shot really fucked me up.
You seen Joel Embiid out there? Crazy.
My name Joel Embiid.
Can you imagine? Oh, my God. I'm going to take one step. You'd be like, damn, bro, you had the other side of the ice already.
Imagine him on skates.
I can't imagine him on skates.
He's like, what's he, 7-something already?
7'2". I'd like to see him on sneakers a lot. Like, just play basketball.
You're not lying.
Yeah,
put them Under Armour on and get the ball out.
Move to Skechers.
Oh, is he a Skechers guy now?
He's a Skechers guy now, which means he will probably blow out his ACL in a few weeks.
Oh, stop it. Stop.
No shade to Skechers. Now, my bad, Skechers. You can sponsor Joey if you want.
Fuck are we talking about?
I have no idea. We are moving along.
There we go.
To the Birds.
To next week.
To
Eagles, Vikings.
Week 7.
Thanks, Joey.
Thank you, Joey, for getting us back on track.
Anytime, fellas. Anytime.
We go. to Minnesota to play the Minnesota Vikings. And it's not even really it's not a rematch. Did they ever play him before when he was a backup someplace?
I do not think we faced off with Ginger Jesus.
Not him playing, but was he on a team that we played?
Yeah, we whipped their ass in the Super Bowl. He's with the Chiefs.
That's right. He was on the Chiefs. That was supposed to be his get-back game. But he never got in the game because
He was the water boy.
Yeah, he was.
Come on, Pat, you can do it.
Pat, we're still in this, Pat.
Trust the process, Pat. We're right there. You need anything? Yeah, so we actually get to face him now. The Carson Wentz Bowl, his Super Bowl, he is I'm sure, even if he doesn't admit it, he's got to be looking forward to this. I would think.
Yeah, I mean, he came out this week and said, a younger me, maybe would have felt differently, but nobody on that defense I played with, so.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But to think this isn't a revenge game, it's
got to be.
Say what you want.
Yeah. Yeah. And anytime you go up against a former team, it's got to be a revenge game. So the Vikes, what are they? Are they 3-3, 4-2? What are they?
The Vikings are 3-2.
3-2? All right. Yeah, because they had didn't they play overseas?
Yes,
they
played in Dublin.
All right.
Lost to the Steelers.
That's when Kenny Gainwell went crazy.
Oh, that was the Gainwell game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
That hurt me in fantasy.
A lot of former Eagles are kind of balling out this year.
But we've seen that with Kenny Gainwell, but just like you're seeing, it's not consistent enough.
Right.
Nope.
He's not
Look at last night.
He's not a 1A. He's a guy that's going to give you 10 touches.
The one guy that is really playing well that I wish we could have kept was
here it comes.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Oh, we face Isaiah Rodgers, and that's where I was going with this week.
And from what I've seen, the Eagles didn't shy away from offering him money. From what I saw, Vikings just had a better deal. It's one of those Twitter stories I saw. If it's true, I don't know. I should have did my homework, but
I actually can confirm this. I know somebody that knows him really, really well. And I'm going to try to find out if that's true or not. I believe it probably is, honestly. By all accounts, I don't know him, but all accounts is
and who knows, this could have been prior to them trading away Slay.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, I'm not trying to be second fiddle. Who knows? There's X, Y, and Z that could go into that story.
I don't know, but it would have fucking helped. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, you're not lying.
Have fucking Adoree Jackson and Ringo out here.
You're not lying.
Yeah, well, really
I think he's got the highest graded game by a cornerback ever.
Yeah.
In NFL history.
Yeah, he went crazy that game.
That is insane. Well, I don't. Since we're talking about it, we might as well finish talking about it. What I don't understand is, and we give Howie a lot of love. What I don't understand was what they saw in him that made them think that they could just let him walk. Like, every game I saw him play, he looked like an NFL cornerback. We have a couple guys on the roster right now that don't look like NFL cornerbacks. Now, I get it. When you draft a guy, you have to play him because your thinking as a GM is, I got this guy on a rookie deal for 4 years. So if I hit on him, then I ain't got to pay somebody else. It all goes back to the cap and who we got to continue to pay. And at some point, I get it. But it wasn't like Isaiah Rodgers was like asking for Pat Surtain money. You know what I mean? No. That's what I don't get my head around. I don't understand that part of it. Because your guys are absolutely right. We could sure use him right now.
I think, not to cut you off.
No.
I think they were so concentrated on getting Zach Bond back and making other moves that they didn't really, unless Minnesota, like Joey said, made a better offer.
Mm-hmm.
But it would have been great to keep him. That's for damn sure. because
Yeah, I mean,
obviously you see the hole in the Eagles' defense now with this cornerback position, and that's the biggest thing is we need to fill that position.
he was a good cornerback in Indianapolis, and
Oh yeah,
he got into that betting.
Indianapolis, they were pissed off when yes, he got suspended. But when the Eagles picked him up, when Howie picked him up, I knew exactly who he was. I was like, yo, that's a good fucking, like, a sleeper pickup.
Yeah,
we won't see him till next year, but still.
And ultimately, we got a Super Bowl out of it.
Yeah. And I got a fucking bottle from him in the Super Bowl. Well, no, Nelson stole it from me.
Yeah,
but
he did,
that's
just
besides
in the parade. Yeah, that was one of the guys that.
And I have it on video.
We had an interaction with.
We still talk about this fucking parade.
Yeah, because you should have been there, man.
Yeah, you should have been there,
bro.
Unbelievable.
Moving along to Isaiah Rodgers, but yeah, you guys are right. I don't know what the rationale was behind it, but
who's their other corners? Do you know?
I don't know. I mean,
in Minnesota, I have no idea.
Yeah,
well, good. Our wide receivers need to turn the fuck up on Isaiah Rodgers.
That's not saying that Isaiah Rodgers is, Quinyon Mitchell, but he's clearly an upgrade over the number 2 wide cornerback that we have. So, we have to let that go and move on to what do we think is coming from Carson Wentz and the Vikings. And before I get to that, I do want to have a conversation about Carson. And the reason why I do is because the city, the fans have really been split on his impact that he had on the Eagles and the impact that he's had on the winning culture that they have. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a whole lot that goes along with Carson and even the Vikings. Remember, we had Sam Bradford, right? So Sam Bradford is the reason why we got Carson Wentz.
Yeah, Sammy Sleeves.
Yeah, Mr. Light you up in the preseason. That was Sam Bradford.
There was so much hope. And we got to the regular season. I was like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, talk about vanilla. The defenses was playing vanilla against him clearly in the preseason because he was a cross between Steve Young and Tom Brady in the preseason. Boy, that man got in the regular season, and he looked like Kenny Pickett Jr. Like, he was terrible, bro.
Yeah, why you gotta bring my boy in, bro?
Shout out to Kenny.
2 gloves.
2 gloves.
But that goes back to the atrociousness that Chip Kelly had here in Philadelphia.
Yeah, we moved past that, thank gosh. But yeah, we did. But a requiem on Carson Wentz. So I wanted to ask you guys, first thoughts, when you think about Carson and his time in Philadelphia, what do you think about it?
I have nothing bad to say about Carson Wentz, to be honest with you. I liked him a lot as a QB.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the season that he brought us to until he got hurt. He was on a tear. But just the player that he was just meant something to me as a person. And let's say he did his thing in Philly, right? He didn't have the best games all the time, but he went out there. He showed leadership. That's why he was a captain, and really he showed Jalen Hurts also. If you really sit here and look at it, he didn't show Jalen Hurts everything, but at least he had Jalen Hurts under his wing for a year or 2 years, something like that. So, Carson Wentz as a QB was good, and until that injury and whatever else happened, it sucks because honestly, if he was still that top QB, he'd be starting on at least 10 teams in the NFL right now.
2 highest passing yard seasons in Eagles history belong to Carson Wentz.
Yeah, so
Eagles have a lot of quarterbacks.
Oh,
Something to be said for The only one to ever throw for 4,000 yards.
Yeah, we had fucking Sam Bradford, Mark Sanchez.
They're not on the list, Sammy.
No, I'm saying, like, you said a lot of QBs.
I'm just saying we've had a lot of QBs, but
we've had a lot of ups and downs at QB.
yeah,
That's
we
what I meant to
have.
say.
You're absolutely right.
Let's throw out there next, Matt Barkley. But I will always give my flowers to Carson Wentz.
Okay.
Cody Rhodes.
Him too.
Him too.
But that's what this is about.
No,
I wanted to know what you guys thought of.
Yeah, no,
Carson.
and
Because a lot of people are like, some people are like so out on him. Some people have no opinion of him. So I wanted to ask you guys what your opinion of him was.
yeah, no, for me, he'll always get his flowers. Without Carson, we don't win the Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
We don't win our first franchise Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
And that alone, he deserves his flowers. And he introduced us to winning football.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Like you said, Sam Bradford, Mark Sanchez, even Nick Foles, who didn't do bad, just schemed him kind of out of Philadelphia.
Well, hold on. I want to stop you for a second. You kind of have to amend that a little bit. He didn't quite introduce us to winning football. He introduced the next generation.
Well, right.
Yeah, because after the 09 run, there was
some rough years.
Some rough years.
Yeah, some rough years there.
But he was a guy who that year we won the Super Bowl. He was the MVP front runner.
Absolutely.
He literally put his body on the line to secure us an NFC East championship and a bye. There's really not much bad I can say about him other than I wish he had thicker skin because he did have all the talent.
Great point.
To be a great quarterback. And he kind of let the drafting of Jalen Hurts get to him. But that being said, I wish him the best of luck, except for this week. Plain and simple.
Yeah. I have some, and they're all over the place as far as my thoughts about Carson. I agree with both of you. We don't win a Super Bowl without him. He most certainly needed thicker skin to play in Philadelphia. It's either something you have or you don't, and I don't think he ever had it, which is unfortunate. At his very best, no one has ever played the position in an equal uniform for a year better than him. That's without a doubt. That year, they went to the Super Bowl. He was amazing, like you said, and an MVP frontrunner. Carson was. They went up to draft him for a reason, and while I wasn't quite sure it was the right thing to do because of the whole where he went to school at, it turned out to be the right thing to do.
I mean, Jared Goff was taken before him, and he's played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I guess that counts.
I remember I was at the gym. I'm walking out of the gym, and I remember when the trade happened, and I'm like, well, we just drafted this guy. Why are we trading away Sam Bradford? Like, they must see something in practice that they would think he can play right now. And he had 38 yards his rookie year. So clearly he was the right choice at that time, and we weren't going to win anything with Sam Bradford anyway.
No.
But, and I believe we got a first-round pick for him.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy. So,
yeah, thankful for that, too. He turned into what? He turned into multiple picks for us. He turned into A.J. Brown. He turned into Devontae Smith.
Yep.
Carson Wentz himself turned us into what we are now.
All right. So, just on here, I wanted to give Carson his flowers. By all accounts, outside of the locker room, he's a great guy. I went to an event that he had for, I think it was called Crumbs on Wheels or something like that, where every Thursday he would give away 200, 300 meals to families, like really, really, like would go above and beyond. Kingdom Crumb, that was the name of it.
Yes, Thy Kingdom Crumb.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I donated it to it because I just thought it was like, wow, God, you don't really have to do this.
I've driven past the truck they had. You know, it was awesome. You know, you respect any player that comes into a city that you're a fan of and gives back.
Yeah. Sometimes it's pandering, like I kind of got to do this, but it never felt like that with him. You know, he really
same thing with Zach Ertz. To this day, he's still involved in the Philly area.
Yeah.
You gotta love that.
So shout out to you, Carson. I wish it would have turned out a little different for you from here, but hell, man, you got us a ring, so thanks. Technically, you got us two, so thanks. Moving along, we got to talk about the team that he plays for, that he's going to quarterback this week, the Vikings. And
they also have another ex-Eagle on their team.
Talk about it. Who is it?
Javon Hargrave.
Is he really on there?
Yeah, he is a defensive.
Oh, that's right. He left San Francisco, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Shit. I mean,
another guy who help us win that chip.
What if he wants to come back?
You know, it's definitely a guy that we're gonna have to look for in the trenches there. We all know how much of a game wrecker he can be.
He is, and especially with the I was debating on whether to have Jamil on this pod or not. I wanted to wait one more week so that we could see if they did anything with the run game this week, anything different. Because we talked last week about it, and he's really excited to be on. And I told him, I was like, I need to know, bro, like, what is it you're seeing, scheme wise, that they're not doing, because it just looks like Saquon's running into a wall. And that's one thing Javon really did really well. Not only could he get after the passer, he also was a good run stopper too. And they're going to see him this week. Their defense is good. It's actually better than good. It's really good.
And to answer your question from earlier, opposite side of Isaiah Rodgers is Jeff Okudah.
Yeah, good ball player too. Not a world beater, but good ball player. So we always ask, how do we match up against the Vikes or the opponent for this week? We know what they have on the offensive side of the ball. I'm not really sure what Carson and Justin have as far as chemistry wise. So I'll ask you, Sammy. They usually say cut off the head of the snake. In this case, the head of the snake is the wide receiver. What do we do with Justin Jefferson?
Quinyon Mitchell. Wherever he goes, Quinyon Mitchell goes. It's the only way you're going to stop that. And, I mean, you do have Jordan Addison, good ball player.
Good ball player.
You still got, they still got TJ Hawkinson, still a decent ball player at tight end.
Yeah.
The run game, they're kind of hurting. I mean, they got Jordan Mason now because Aaron Jones is out. But listen, I have faith in the Eagles to where they can stop this run game. They don't scare me. The passing game is what is gonna scare me. Just because, listen, Carson Wentz, he can still get out of the pocket. He can still run if he has to. But you need to get pressure to him to have him make a mistake. And if you don't stop Justin Jefferson, this game's going to not go well for the Eagles. And, I mean, not only Justin Jefferson. They have a sleeper, too, at their wide receiver, 3. That's Adam Thielen. I mean, the man, he knows how to play football. He's been around the game for so long. Jordan Addison, he's quick. But the thing is, you just need to stop that pass game. You stop that pass game. You got to get pressure. And this is the game that the Eagles need that pass rush. And they need to be able to.
That's scary.
It is. It is really scary because Carson Wentz can really fuck around and win this game for the Vikings.
Yeah.
And
I've seen Justin Jefferson win games by himself. I know that sounds crazy, but I've seen him do it.
Yeah. And that's the biggest thing is we need to stop Carson Wentz before he can get the ball to Justin Jefferson or any of his wide receivers. Because, I mean, either Justin Jefferson or Jordan Addison. I've seen Jordan Addison win ball games too. Not as much as Justin Jefferson, but he can still ball.
Joey?
Yeah, I agree with Sam. Q's gotta follow Justin Jefferson everywhere. Because Carson, the biggest thing that came out with Carson when he got drafted was his arm talent,
which he still has.
He still very much can launch a deep ball. But the Carson Wentz we fell out of love with was the Carson Wentz that cracked under pressure. And that still happens, and that's going to be your recipe for having a good game. Getting pressure to Carson Wentz and seeing what we saw for a few years was him just collapsing in a pocket and taking a sack.
Yeah, and to piggyback off of that, you've seen that in the Steelers game. He was under pressure, and he couldn't do anything with the ball. He just took the sack. I think the Steelers had like 6 or 7 sacks against Carson Wentz that game. But the biggest thing is you let Justin Jefferson go to any other corner that we have, he's going to give them hell.
Yeah, unless you're getting to the quarterback.
Yeah,
that's the only way you're going to stop him if he's not lined up on Quignon.
And we've talked about it before.
And this isn't a fully healthy Quignon, I don't think.
Right. He's
probably not.
Coming off that hamstring, and I'm sure he's going to be playing a little bit sore, and I'm sure they're going to have him all types of wrapped up. But
and unlike the birds, and like I said, we mentioned this before. I don't remember who we were talking about. Might have been Puka Nacua we were talking about. Good teams know how to get their best wide receivers open. So you can have Quignon on them all day, but it only takes 2 or 3 times when he's not on them that
could flip a game on its head, 100%.
Absolutely. I want to circle back. This is kind of a Carson Wentz thing, even though I know we talked about him in the previous segment. You mentioned how if you put pressure on him, that he tends to crumble/fold at times. Maybe there's no answer for this, but I wonder how that happened. What happened? Do you remember how elusive he was in 2017? The Redskin game, Commanders game. They might have been still remember.
There was quite a few games.
This guy would do some shit that were like, oh.
Let's talk about how about the Seahawks game? He was going out
the throw.
The throw where
I call that the throw.
Yeah,
that's the best throw he's ever made, and one of the best throws I've ever seen any quarterback make. How he went from that to what he is now is just astonishing. It kind of reminds me of Ben Simmons a little bit. It does. Like, just how you're one thing and then something happens. We know what happened to Ben Simmons. He crumbled in the playoffs and was never the same. I don't know what happened. Did he take too many hits? I don't know what happened.
Yeah, the one play that could be living in the back of his head was the play against Seattle in the wild card game.
The clowny hit.
Yeah. The dirtiest hit I've seen not get called a penalty.
Yeah.
He launched himself right at the back of his head, and from reports, Carson Wentz was absolutely just out of sorts in the locker room.
Yeah. Wow.
So we'll see, it is definitely an interesting case.
Yeah, I know we're jumping all over the place, but I just thought about it when you said put pressure on him, and I'm like, this guy used to thrive under that.
Yeah, we would see games where he was dead in the water and somehow was Houdini.
Yeah, certainly not that anymore.
So it also goes back to not getting rid of the football. That was one of his biggest things too. Like,
it was.
Trying to force a play to happen.
Yeah. He was definitely Mr. like 3 to 4 seconds, 5 seconds when he should have been 2 seconds on a lot of plays. That was who he was. So we talked about the Vikes. We'll talk about the Birds now. How do the Birds attack the Vikes? What do you think they do to attack them, Sammy?
Like offensive?
Yeah, like
Or
we talked
just-
about
yeah.
like how to stop Justin Jefferson and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean,
offensively. Now a lot of this is contingent on the stuff that we talked about an hour ago. But how do you attack the Vikings?
you got to mix up the play calls. You got to get that run game somehow going. Which, do I think is going to happen? No, but we'll see.
We're talking about how we're doing. We don't know if it's going to happen.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to happen, but you got to get the run game going. You can't always rely on Jalen Hurts throwing the ball 30-something times a game and keeping Saquon to, I don't know, maybe 50 yards a game rushing. You can't do that. Yeah. You have a superstar in the backfield for a reason. You got to get him involved some way, somehow. And listen, 88's going to be open, man. The middle of that field is going to be open. If he's open, you got to hit him. He makes plays. He makes drives happen. And whoever's, I have a feeling Isaiah Rodgers is probably going to be on Devontae Smith, if I had to take a guess.
I think you're probably right.
Smitty is Smitty, and he's going to come up clutch when he needs to, and I think, I don't know. Like, I just have this feeling that, like, this is the week for the offense to just turn the fuck up and do what they do.
I hope you're right.
Like, you don't have outstanding corners, right? So this is where you need A.J. Brown. You need Smitty. Fuck it. Get Jahan Dotson. We haven't seen Jahan Dotson since fucking week 1 against the Cowboys when he caught that 40-something yard bomb. We really haven't seen him. If you have to get a wide receiver 3 in, use them. But you got to get that run game going. You got to get the RPOs going. And you got to go out and attack them. But once you get the lead, you got to stick with the lead and don't go to just, let's just run the ball up the middle and burn some clock. Keep the fucking pedal down and just keep going. Fuck it. I don't care if you score 30-something points. Good. But we can't keep relying on our defense to win us the ball games.
Joey?
All great points, and simply, it's a one-worded answer, and the word is unpredictable. You have to be unpredictable. We go into this game with the same offense, the same predictable offense. It's going to get ugly.
Yep.
You can't go in here running the same dummy route, curl route, being in front of another wide receiver. It's just not going to work.
This has really bothered you, by the way.
It is. Yeah. Because you have a guy who's wide open, you can't get him the ball because you have an offensive player and a defensive player sitting right in front of him.
You're right. I mean, I'm joking, but you're absolutely right. Obviously, I know.
So, how we win the football game is becoming unpredictable. Sam hit it on the head. You got to get the run game going. Start bouncing the ball outside. And to your point, the RPO, we were one of the better teams that ran the RPO last year, and we have rarely seen it this year.
Yeah, the RPO and the outside cutback run has been non-existent. I know that although some of the people have changed, but if you watch and again, I hate going back, but I'm just talking scheme-wise. If you watch the opening drive / opening play of the NFC Championship game against Washington, Saquon's run was not only a thing of beauty because of him, it was the scheme that they ran when they ran the play. That shit was beautiful. Washington was so confused by what the line was doing. 3 guys this way, stall block, run around the outside. It was 9 yards before Saquon even got touched. That's play design. And I'm sure that play was designed to go for 7, 8, 9 yards. He just so happens that he took it to the house. But the play design, the blocking scheme, set all that up. Running the ball this year, and we've watched outside of, the last game we watched together because we were watching the Phillies at the same time. We've watched every minute of every game. Have you seen a run even close to look like that?
No.
I'm not even talking about like the yardage. I'm just talking about scheme wise.
No.
Like 7 yards before he gets hit. Haven't seen it. So
I think there was one.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think it was the first play in the Giants game.
I didn't see it.
He ran for 16 yards.
Oh, okay. All right.
That was the biggest play he's had this season, though.
Yeah.
You can't
replicate what happened last year, but yeah, you're right.
A player like that something, a 10, 15-yard run, not to say it's expected, but to have so few of those.
At least once a game.
Right.
Yeah. And I like you said, I don't like talking about last year.
Yeah.
But the guy averaged like 8 yards a carry.
Yeah.
Now he's averaging like 2. I think our backup running back averages more yards than what he does, and that's AJ Dillon.
Yeah. I'm sure Jalen averages more than that.
Honestly. Yeah, well, that too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's, to me, I'll ping pong on what you guys said. Absolutely, they have to get it going, and they have to be unpredictable in order to beat the Vikings. Can they do it? Again, I already said it. You don't win games on paper, but talent-wise, they should. If they don't, I can't see. I can't see them going past the bye week with this current regime in some form or fashion. Because at some point, Sirianni's got to save himself.
Right. Because
he's going to hear from, up top, hey, my man, what's going on here?
Yeah.
Do we need to do something? Do you need something? You need us to get you something? And that's all code for, hey man, fix this shit or get rid of somebody in the staff. Because this is the team that pretty much you kind of wanted. And we're Super Bowl champs and we're not looking anywhere close to that. So moving along, we always pick every week. And we've hit on a few and we've been completely wrong on a couple. Quite frankly, anytime anybody's ever picked Saquon, we've not hit, or anytime anybody's ever picked AJ, we haven't hit. So we need to narrow our focus a little bit on who we think. And we usually say like breakout players. I'm not going to say a breakout player. I'm going to say who needs to have a big game, because breakout could mean anything. You can have 7 catches for 150 yards and lose.
Yeah, that's what breakout did last week.
Yeah, breakout could mean anything.
I got mine.
Who needs to play well in order for them to turn this around? Sammy?
And Zadarius Smith. He's gonna be
one more shot for Sam.
Jalen Hurts.
Jalen Hurts needs to play well.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts needs to play well to open up all of the offense that we have. Not just bits and pieces of it here and there. Nah. We need to see everything, and it all starts with our captain at QB. That's my breakout player. Or
player that needs
to, yes.
Joey?
It's not so much a player, but a group of players.
Okay. This was definitely on the table. Right?
The offensive line.
Oh, wow.
And I say this because as much as we've seen the struggles with our offense, the offensive line plays a part in that. And, we said it earlier, sloppiness, right? And it seems like they're not getting themselves in a position to be prepared for what the defense is bringing them before the ball is snapped. They kind of seem a little off guard, and I understand we're playing with some injuries, and we have been the first few weeks. Landon's playing hurt, and Lane has been out of a couple games hurt. But one of the strongest points of this team is the trenches, and that's the offensive line. And we've been one of the best, if not the best, offensive line the past few years in football. If the offensive line is playing together and everybody's on the same page, that's only going to set up success for the rest of the offense. So that's the group of players I need to see play better.
And to piggyback off of that, we've given up 18 sacks already this year.
Whoa. God, I guess you're right. It didn't feel like that, but now I'm thinking back, yeah, a lot of pressure in the back. I mean, yeah.
And Landon's questionable for this Sunday, so we'll see.
Man. Again, I got to, I can't wait to talk to Jamil, but could Mekhi Becton really mean that much?
I don't know.
It's possible, but
it is possible.
I seen Steen against the Giants. There was a run play to the left side, to Mailata's side. It was a swing play, I guess you could say, or whatever. Steen came off and swung around, was going to get the edge rusher, and his ass was on the ground, like sitting on his ass.
Mm.
Barkley got stopped behind the line, but he missed his block. Like, I don't know. But I know 18 sacks is not too damn good for the Eagles' offensive line that we know.
Yeah.
And we know the potential that they have.
It almost reminds me of when you hear they did this with Baltimore for years. Oh, my God, the Baltimore defense. And sometimes it's more reputation than fact. Right now, it's a lot of reputation because a lot of people still think that, I hear pundits all the time, the Eagles have this great offensive line. Well, you guys don't have ability to watching. Because I'm not saying that they've regressed to the point where they're bad, but we were just so used to seeing them dominate, it looks bad, if that makes sense. My person that needs to do well for them to win this week is not a player at all. It is Nick Sirianni. This is the week that you earn the paycheck by helping turn this thing around. You've had the time with the mini bye. Everybody has voiced their opinions. You can have meetings, closed door, players only till you're blue in the face. At some point, you can't get rid of the team. The person who is in control of the situation has to turn this around, especially when there's talent. If guys were injured and hurt, ain't nothing I can say about
different
that.
Conversation.
Different conversation. I can't say nothing about that. And while there are some guys that are somewhat banged up, your core is healthy.
Right.
So this week is the week I need to see Nick Sirianni do whatever it is. And I'm not sure what that is. If it is to take, it ain't like he's never called plays before. If it's to take a little bit of the duty away and do some of that himself, so be it. If it's you guys had to meet at the Amish market a couple times this week to talk it over, so be it. But I need to see Sirianni put his foot down and say, we're not going to have these bad penalties anymore. Whoever's in, returning kicks, if you let the ball get past you into the end zone, you won't be back there ever again. Not just this week, ever again. Like, you got to make some statements. You can't bench everybody, obviously, but you got to make some statements. Even if it's with some of your better players. There will be several times. It didn't happen an awful lot, but Bill Belichick had no problem
calling you out. Yeah.
Tom Brady. He didn't play well. Tommy's got to get rid of the ball there. This guy might have threw for 4,000 yards and 48 Tommy's got to play better there. I don't remember a press conference where he's been that vocal. And sometimes you kind of need to be to wake people up. I don't care how much money you make and who you are. That ring is in your closet right now, bro. It ain't going to help you this year. So, my guy, I need to see something out of Sirianni this week. We're going to wrap up our pod like we always do. We're going to go around the room, give our predictions about week 7 against the Vikings. I'm going to start with Joey this time while I'm looking at Sammy. Joey?
4 touchdowns wins this game. So if we can get to that 28 points, I think we come out of Minnesota with a victory. That being said, I have us winning 28-21.
Sammy?
I have us winning 28-17. Eagles.
Me? I just talked in third person right there. I just always wanted to do that. Shit, man. I don't want to pick 28 because everybody else did, because I always say 4 touchdowns should do it. But 35-24. They win by 11.
I like it.
Okay.
They figure out a way to get the stink off them somehow and turn this thing around. If they don't, we might be in trouble. And NFC Giant 98 champ will be emailing us constantly if we don't. But I think they can do it. Again, I said it earlier. Most talented team in the league, just got to do it on paper. So I can't just do it on paper. Got to do it on the field. 35, 24. Guys, it's been a minute.
Feels good to be back.
Feels good to be back. We will return soon. You won't get another hiatus out of us, even if it means Sammy and my dog does the podcast. You won't get another hiatus from us. But as we always do, we thank you for listening. Even the guys who emailed us and girls who had some slick shit to say. Keep it coming. It's all good.
Yep.
You
took the words right out of my mouth.
We don't
Just keep coming. Let's go.
We don't shy away from anything. I know a guy who quite frankly was an alcoholic. He lived across the street in the park from me when I was growing up. And he said something that stuck with me to this day. And that was, don't throw a jab if you don't want to get punched. So we throw jabs on here all the time.
Yeah.
And for the most part, we do the punching too. It just so happens that this time, we took the punches. And we won't shy away from them at all. That's what we do. We speak our truth on these microphones. And would it be difficult if the Birds were the Browns? Yeah, sure would be. But guess what? We still going to do it because this is our team. And this is what it means to have your team's back. we've watched some fucking shitty football, but we've also watched some amazing football these past 10 years. And I wouldn't rather be any other fan base than this one right here. For
Amen.
our Philadelphia brethren, it has been a whirlwind week and a half with our teams. I've been watching sports a long time. I don't ever remember getting punched in the face like our teams punched us in the face this past week, But guess what? We still going to talk about the Birds, and we still going to talk about the Vikings. And if Joel Embiid's Skechers don't wear out, guess what? We're going to talk about them too. And whoever else it is. So we're here to stay. And I thought it was important for us to say that. Guys, thanks as always.
Shout out to you guys. We back. We hear you. We're going to keep it coming. We love y'all.
And we're not going to keep it on the download, but we will be back on the Mount Visit.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
To give our thoughts. And, man, we got something cooking for that. So,
yeah. Our end-of-year review.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be a 3-shot one right there, boy. Whew. But, yeah, like Sammy said, we will definitely be back for the Mount Visit,
Podcasts are coming. We don't do this just for y'all. We do it for ourselves as well. And on that note, go Birds.
Go Birds.
Go Birds, dickhead.
We out.